Hi, Alan Schimmel of DevOps.com here on behalf of IT Revolution, Electric Cloud and the DevOps Enterprise Summit, as well as DevOps.com, talking to a few people about the first day experience at DevOps Enterprise Summit, DOES 2015. I'm joined by my friend Mark Miller of the Nexus community in Sonatype. Mark, welcome.
Thank you.
And the man on my end needs no introduction, the one and only John Willis, Patrigaloo. Welcome.
Cool.
So guys, the first day is almost in the books. It's flying by. And just want to kind of get your impressions on the first day of DevOps Enterprise Summit.
You know, for me, it's impressive how fast it's grown. I mean, we were here last year. This is double almost what I saw last year.
Oh yeah.
And not just that, but if you look at the vendor booths, the big guys are here now. It's like the whole ecosystem is getting to be bought in at the highest level now.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, I'm on the selection committee, so, and I heard 1,200 people. I think we originally shot for like 300, and I think we overbooked last year at 400 and had a waiting list, so went from 400 to 1,200. The thing that I think was the most amazing, so we saw Target. Target this morning was amazing, right? Like, I'm a big fanboy of what's going on at Target. I think everybody should watch that. You know, people that aren't here should go back and watch Ross and Heather, and then, you know, there's some other great stories. But the thing I think that amazed me, you know, last year we got like 200 responses to the CFP. 100 of them were vendors, 100 of them were real customers. And they were interesting because we were seeing it, and the goal of this was to create enterprise stories, right? Not just a web scale, which are fascinating, but this year kind of, you know, targeted Gene and like almost like virtually blinked and laughed when we saw Sherwin-Williams and Western Union submit their DevOps story, right? Like, you can't get any more legacy than that, right?
No.
So to your point, the big guys are in the booth, the legacy are showing up and telling their story. You know, I think this DevOps things might work out. I don't know.
Might have some legs. Might have some legs.
The other thing that's noticeable here too is you being part of the selection committee. I love seeing women represented on the podium like that. It shows you that a lot of these initiatives are being driven from the top by the women in the company.
Gene is, we've all loved Gene. He's a very passionate, compassionate, empathetic man, right? Like, you know, and a lot of that DNA. I think all of us. I do a lot of the DevOps days things, and we really think about diversity. But it was strongly enforced last year and very prescriptive this year. We wanted to find good diversity stories, and to your point, we're seeing that. And, you know, again, the aggregate of all of this is awesome.
You know, piling on to what you guys have said, I think both in terms of the diversity of women, men, and different people from all over the world, and the companies being represented here today, we have seen in 1 year from where you had an occasion, you know, there'd be one company in a vertical. Does anyone in insurance do it? Yeah, Nationwide is here. Does anyone in banking do it? Yeah, the E-Trade or someone. But now you come here and you have, you know, the cream of the crop of the entire vertical. Not just one company, but multiple companies. And it's the same thing that women, it's not just a woman who happen to do DevOps. We're seeing women across the spectrum. And to me, that's the real indicator of does this thing have legs? Is this thing taking root? I believe that's what we're seeing. Preview for tomorrow or the day after? I know, John, you speak Wednesday?
Yeah, so I do too. Tomorrow I'm doing a Docker for managers, which is kind of a demystification of containers. And then Wednesday, me and Josh, Josh Corman, who I'm a man-crushed city here, about the way he thinks about supply chain. So I'm doing immutable delivery, and we're going to do a combination supply chain. But today, Steven Spears, High Velocity Edge. It's going to be amazing. It will be amazing. We've got a serious keynote speaker. Steven Spears was one of the original, wrote the Decoding the DNA of Toyota Systems.
Yes,
in the Harvard Business Review.
Yes,
and now he's written this book, High Velocity Edge. I mean, we got the real lean boys are showing up now.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's Steven Spears on the Edge. What
High
was
velocity,
exact-
high velocity edge. Speaking today, I think it's the closing keynote today.
And of course, for those of you who are unlucky enough not to be here, all of the sessions are
The
actually
video.
taped
Video.
and will be available, and including John's. Mark, John, thank you for joining
You're
us.
welcome. Thank you.
This is Alan Schimmel, DevOps.com, at Does 2015.